Hello once again, Hiram College Moodle users. This is our third out of 3 video series on using quizzes in Moodle. In our first video, we created a question bank. In our second video, we created a quiz. And now in this video, I'm going to show you how you might grade or score certain questions in your Moodle quiz. Now, in general, most of the questions you can use in quizzes in Moodle can be graded automatically. So this is very handy for multiple choice, true, false, calculation, those types of questions. However, if you're wanting to include maybe a short essay question, those sorts of questions are going to have to be graded manually by you after the fact. So this will show you how you might do that. And I'll also show you how you can change a score in a question. So perhaps you discuss the questions in class after the students have taken the quizzes, and maybe there's some misunderstanding with question wording, or students may have a variation of spelling or terminology for a fill-in-the-blank kind of question, and you want to maybe give them partial or full credit. I can show you how you might do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, in our previous two quiz videos, I showed you an example out of a previous course that I had done. But in order to protect the privacy of the students that I had in my courses, I am opting to show you this example out of a test course that I created when we first started using Moodle at Hiram. So the student responses that you see in here, these are students that have volunteered just taking kind of random silly quizzes that I create, or random assignments and things like that for demonstration purposes. So these are not actual scores that they got or any kind of grade. So I do have their permission to be able to do this. So here I have just a random quiz that I created, and it gives a variation of different types of questions within it. I mainly chose it because it does include a short essay question. Okay? So once quizzes have been completed, when you click on your quiz, you'll get to a page and it will show you the number of attempts that have been completed. So you can click on that, and that will take you to your scores. Okay? So here we have kind of a little rubric that tells the questions that have been graded automatically and the scores that they received there. And then it also indicates any kind of question that might require manual grading. Okay? So there is one of two ways that you can go in and do this kind of grading. You can either click on an individual's score here, and here you can review their response and enter in their grade manually for each individual student, which isn't a problem if you only have 1 or 2 students you want to do here. But if you have multiple students, so maybe a class of 15 or 20 students, and you need to grade all of the same question, there is a way that you can do a mass grading. So I'm going to show you that option. So if you go over to your administration tab, okay, you'll have this quiz administration section, and underneath this results section, you'll see a link that goes to manual grading. Okay, so you want to click on that, and it indicates which questions require manual grading. Okay, so it will tell you anything that you've already graded and gives you the option to update those, how many still need to be graded. Okay, so maybe you started grading them and then you got busy, you needed to go to a class or pack up things for the day and finish up at home. It kind of tells you where you left off, or if you want to take a chance and grade all of them. So I've already graded a couple. We'll leave those as is. I'm just going to select the ones that I still need to grade. All right. And so here you have a listing of all of the attempts. Okay. So here I had just a simple question that was supposed to be done in kind of a short essay format, briefly discuss 2 things you did over spring break. Okay. And so here I have the response from one of the sample students that I had here. Okay. And so here you can provide any kind of comments, any kind of feedback. So here if they really did well, you can give that kind of encouragement, or if you're going to mark any points off, you can indicate your reasoning here. Okay. So once you're satisfied with what you have there, entered in any comments, you can also indicate the mark. So looks like he did a pretty good job briefly describing what he did over spring breaks. I'm going to give him 2 out of 2. Okay. Okay. Now for this one, all right, we had to briefly discuss, well, 3 words for each thing. That's a little too brief, so and you can provide more in-depth content there. So I'm going to give her partial credit for it, and maybe just do 1 point. Okay. All right. And so once you are done with all of that, you want to save. Okay. And then you can go back to the results by just clicking on your little breadcrumb trail here. So results. And then you'll see those grades are updated here. Okay. All right, now let's say we want to go in and actually change a grade. Okay, so here the student had their response marked wrong. Well, maybe we came to an agreement of something that it should be changed to, so maybe we can review the response there. So you can just simply click on that. You'll get a pop-up box here. Okay. So they chose one answer there. Okay. And even though we had science of behavior and mental processes is our official definition of psychology here, science of conscious and unconscious activity, maybe he made a good argument of why that might be included. Okay, so maybe I can make a slight comment on that, or I can override that mark. And let's say I've decided to give him partial credit. All right, so we'll give him half a point here. All right, once you make your change, select save. And we can just refresh our page, and you can see that the score has been updated. Okay, and any grades that you do in this report review here, it automatically syncs up with your grade book. So quiz scores will be graded in real time. Okay. So that's basically all there is to doing the manual grading or changing any kind of grade, and I hope you have found this useful.